What is up? What is up, Miss Villagers? It has been far, far, far too long. I missed you. I hope that all is good. I hope this week was pretty chill, not too hot. It is insanely hot out there in various places, especially for those of y'all in the West. I hope this weekend will be amazing. I have unlocked a new comic episode on the website. And we are getting closer. We've got a lot more. We're going to be going live on apps sometime at the end of the year. But before I do anything else, let me address some of the questions. I am still a writer. Yes, I am enjoying writing. I am working on book 9. I am working on book 2 of God's Eye. I am working on other projects. I know that we want what we want when we want it. I am absolutely still working, but I will tell you that for me, and I can't talk for other authors, but for me, part of my process, part of the thing that is keeping me excited and keeping me jazzed and letting me pour like a lot of passion into the pages is doing things in different ways, is like, sort of exploring different things. Me being able to see like the land come to life in a webcomic is like really, really cool and really, really massive for me personally. And I'm happy that I can share that with y'all. Me being able to work on other stories is also like fuel for like, my literary fire. Just me being able to do things in ways that are more than just sitting at the, the desk, typing out the keys, like me being able to create in the way that I am, that you guys love, is me also, going on hikes, having drinks with friends, actually having a life, I guess is what I'm saying. So I understand that we want it faster. Again, in 6 years, I've written 9 novels, not too slow, but I'm just letting you know that I am on the case. I am absolutely in love with the land. I'm absolutely in love with God's Eye. I'm absolutely in love with y'all. So I just wanted to share that with you and let you know that I really appreciate you still being on this journey with me. And I am working on it. There is a lot of fun goodness coming out. So what else? I want to give a shout out. I don't remember his name, but this was an amazing story. Miss Villager got pulled over by a cop. And he was sitting up there, and he's got book 8 playing on his car radio. And the cop walked up to him, looked at him, turned his head like this, and went, "For the mist." Walked away, no ticket given. That's just sort of how it works. So that was an absolute. So basically, I'm saying, listen to the land, and you'll never have to pay for another speeding ticket. So that's fire, right? Who doesn't want more of that? What else is going on? I've been distant. I haven't been doing these Facebook Lives because I've been moving my girlfriend into medical school for the last 2 weeks. I've been out in Tennessee for 15 days. So proud of her. She's amazing. Future lifesaver. Definitely just proof that anything can happen as long as y'all don't give up. I tell people, I never really talk to you guys about it, because you guys know me in my literary sense. But when I'm talking to and doing mentoring for younger men and women that want to go into medicine, I tell them very specifically, I'm like, the only difference between me and the guys that and women that didn't make it is honestly, I just didn't give up. There were times where it was make or break. There were times where I got a really bad grade on a test and had to redo everything and buckle down and was stressed out and blah, blah, blah. But I just didn't stop. I just kept going. And that's why I became a doctor, and that's why a lot of other people, did not. Now, that's once you get into medical school. Medical school is a gatekeeper, and it's, there's a lot of people that maybe would be amazing, but they're kept out. But once you get in, it really is just about you got to keep going, and I'm just so proud of her that she kept going. It was years, but she knocked it out. So that's my shout out to her. What else is going on? I definitely ate way too much fast food out in Tennessee. So again, got a little more face in my face, but I've been on it since I've been back. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling trim. I'm going to keep that weight loss journey going. I'm going to be at Dragon Con sometime soon. That's going to be on Labor Day. I don't know which panels and stuff I'm doing or whatever. And there was a miscommunication, so there's no table this year. And honestly, I probably won't do tables next year because it's insane amount of work. But I'm going to be trying to find just a random room where I can see you guys, I have a bunch of volunteers that are going to be coming down. They're awesome. And they're going to be handing out a bunch of free swag and whatnot. So that'll be super fun. And what else is going on? I'm going to go see Free Guy tonight. Super excited about that. Ryan Reynolds is awesome, obviously. GOAT. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'll let you guys know what I think. I don't know. I've been talking to Nick. He's excited to work on Mayhem whenever we get it ready, and Luke is in the wings as well. Yeah, I mean that's basically it. That's basically it. I just those are the updates. I mean, I hate having to inject real life, but COVID is getting real again. This Delta variant is getting real. Please start masking up again. That's the official update from the CDC. It is a pain in the butt. I don't like doing it myself, but you know, the more we can limit the spread, the better. And if you haven't gotten vaccinated, please get vaccinated. I understand the concerns that people have about it, and those are all valid, but there's just very clear correlations that places that have not gotten vaccinated are just having like rates of COVID and rates of child admissions to ICUs now that are just, you know, tens of times harder than anywhere else, than the places that have gotten vaccinated. So please do that if you haven't yet. Please do. All right. Because there's a lot of new people here. Let me just say again, new comic, unlocked on litrpg.com/comic. I am absolutely still a writer, in love with writing The Land, writing Richter, writing God's Eye, writing other stories. I'm just doing it at the pace that it feels right, and the pace that feels like I'm not rushing, and that I'm actually creating something that's amazing. So I'm happy that you guys are on this journey with me. I am going to be at DragonCon on Labor Day, and I'll definitely see you guys around. I'll be posting where I am, so I hope I can meet up with many of you guys as they're going. And please wear masks, because DragonCon is basically a trip to Tijuana at night anyway on an average year. So I can't even imagine with COVID. That's crazy. So that's what's going on. All right, let me see if there's any questions that I can answer. Christian Matute, what's your name right? You are awesome. Let's see. Sean says, yo, you're on the mic with Mike. What's your beef? What's going on, man? All right. And, so apparently I just interrupted Jeremy Smith's listening to Swarm. So that's awesome. And Matthew Falcon says, be true to yourself, even if that means you write about poop. And honestly, yes, again, I talked about this when Monsters came out. I was trying to think, first of all, I don't like to be like everybody else. So I'm like, what can I do that really sort of, you know, differentiates me a little bit? And I also like to, I'm a blatantly honest person. My friends laugh about it. They're like, you do not ask Alaron for his opinion unless you really want to know, because he's actually going to tell you. And I was like, you know, what is the one thing that really binds us all? What is the thing that makes us human more than anything else? What is the thing that even if you were a superhero would go down? Poop. That's what it is. I don't know if Superman ever has a bad day. I don't know if he ate like kryptonite, you know, tacos from Taco Bell. But like, I feel like the rest of us, any superhero, Batman, definitely, you know, he's making deals with God sometimes on the porcelain throne. I'm just saying it happens. So yeah, that is part of my truth. I'm just letting you know. All right. What's up, Alvarado's? Always good to see you. So James Nelson, I said, are you ever going to teach a class on writing and publishing? So I created the LitRPG group, what seems like a lifetime ago. I created it because there was no social media for LitRPG at all before me. So I made the LitRPG group and didn't even make my own group or my own page until like 2 years later. And I did it because, one, I wanted people to know my books, but I really just wanted the genre to grow. I wanted it to sort of proliferate. And when I first started writing, there were 4, maybe 5 LitRPG books for sale in all the Western world. Like, it's a crazy thing to say, but literally it didn't exist 6 years ago over here. And the group has done what I wanted it to do. It has spawned just careers and amazing things, and it has brought other people in that have built it and grown it as well from those humble beginnings. And for the authors that have reached out to me, I'm always happy to share every tip that I have, whatever I had. I've always tried to do it to sort of grow and foster the genre. Now, with that being said, there have been some real D-bags that have come around as well, both on the author and the supporter side. And so honestly, having to deal with the drama and the worst guys at work that you work with, it was sort of like that. And having to deal with that kind of turned me off to the literary community as a whole, because it just it just didn't really seem, it's like when you're trying to help over and over, and you just get screamed at over and over. That's sort of the way it felt. So I'm still happy to help new authors that come around and share whatever I want when they ask. But for the most part, like I'm just happy being out here with y'all, chilling, writing dick jokes and, having a beer. Like, it's just not worth it to me. So that is the long answer to that question. And Dave Larson, you rock. All right. So, all right. So Tyler says, slight hope that I could finish the book by his birthday next Saturday. Sorry, Tyler. No. And it's not that I'm not ready. It's just that, I just don't love you that much. And that's a tough thing to hear, but I think you're going to be better off for it. Happy birthday. All right. I really appreciate the shout out, Cody. You rock. So Jameson Wade Smith says, do you practice medicine right? I've actually been a full-time writer for the past 3 years. For the first several years, I was writing and practicing medicine. And honestly, that's been one of the switches as well. I mean, the first several books, I think, were just sort of fueled by exhaustion and anger and anxiety and whatever. It's like I've told you guys before that the books very much saved me. That act of creation balanced me out and brought me back to a really happy, better place in my life. And so not being angry every day, I had to sort of find another fuel for my writing. It was like switching from like diesel to electric. To a certain extent. So now I am fueling my writing with joy and, just sort of excitement for world creation and all that kind of stuff. But it is different. But I am happy to say that, like, I am just a nicer human being. Like, literally, my friends were like, you scared us this is not even a joke. Like, they were like, you scared us for several years. You were just always at a short fuse. Like, you were always quick to, I'm Southern, so, there's been a lot of bar fights in my life. Like, that kind of stuff happened off. And now I'm just sort of in a better place. Like, yeah, if somebody steps up, I'll take care of that. But in general, like, I'm just happy. So, yeah, it was a different fuel. I think about going back sometimes, and then I call a random doctor out of my phone, and 45 minutes later, after they stopped cursing and telling me about their day, I'm like, I'm still good with doing this writing thing for a little bit. I absolutely probably will see patients again at some point in time in my life. Maybe I'll go into a teaching kind of role. But man, I really, really just love being able to devote every day into talking with artists, to writing, these books down, to sort of learning more about the various facets of this industry, to connecting with y'all, to coming up with cool t-shirt ideas and whatever else, to like making like, just like these just sort of fun things and expressions. I never really thought of myself as an artist or a creative, honestly, growing up, because I grew up in a Black and Asian household, which is very much like, why did you get an 89? You're not an Asian, you're an Asian. Like, that's basically the way it is growing up. Like, if you've ever seen the show Fresh Off the Boat, that mom, literally how Asian moms are. So it was never really a question about being creative. That's not what you did. You were either a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer. But being able to do this now, my mom absolutely hates it. But she has to deal with it because I'm happy and I'm not asking her for money. So anyway, that's a long answer. I don't remember what I was talking about, but I still love the practice of medicine. I loved being able to help my patients. But sadly, in modern medicine, honestly, patient care is 5-10% of your job if you're lucky. The rest of it's billing, the rest of it's office politics, the rest of it's drama, the rest of it's insurance companies and arguing with blah blah blah. It is the way it is. I think there's a lot of room for improvement for how we practice medicine in this country. I definitely miss the patients, but I absolutely love my life right now. So anyway, that's that answer. All right. Bum, bum, bum. God, I do make that noise a lot. All right. Let's see if there's anything else. I heard you have a plan to give the citizens of Miss Village dysentery. Even I am not that cruel. Yes, I agree, Jennifer Graham. Nick Fladell is amazing. I'm happy you are fully vaccinated, Robert Ballack. That is awesome. Let's see. Hi, Shannon. Good to see you. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Richard A. Steffi says, why are you so badass? Because I hang out with you, Rich. That's why. Mike wants to know what part of Tennessee. I was out in Cumberland Gap. And it's gorgeous. Oh my God, it's just gorgeous. It's just these really small. It's like you just took flat. I've never really been like. It's all mountains, but they're not like Colorado mountains. They're not massive white peaks, or whatever. Right? They're all like just sort of gently rolling, almost a hill, but far bigger than a hill, kind of like, valleys and dells and whatever. So when you look in any direction, you're going to see like, that really green mountain, and like a little bit, sort of hazier because it's off in the distance, and a little bit hazier, and then a little bit hazier. And then you see like mist sort of winding in between like the cracks. Like it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. So Rich says, are you planning anything for the UK audience? I mean, I'm planning books and releasing stuff. So yeah, I'm planning all that. I don't have any plans to go out to the UK anytime soon. I actually was going to do a lot more traveling, but with the Delta variant sort of getting crazy now, honestly, I've put a stop to a lot of those plans. I was going to go to Greece. I have an old friend out there that I've been wanting to see forever. And my girlfriend works for Delta, so there's flight benefits. But no, I'm pretty much going to be keeping it domestic, I think, at least for the next 6 months. Ideally, people will get vaccinated and things will settle down. But for right now, I'm keeping it on the low, keeping it southern, which is not safer because we're like don't really believe in book learning or vaccines around here. But anyway, that's what's going on. Yes, everybody does poop. I agree, Jeremy. Yes. Let's see. Vinner says best author other. I really appreciate that. And yes, so he says characters I can relate to. That was always my goal. It was always my goal to write a story that is a fantastic story, has all the elements. I mean, I'm not comparing myself to Tolkien. Please don't think I'm doing that. But has the elements that I loved in Tolkien, has the elements that I loved in, sort of Wheel of Time and Dune, has that mystical fantasy, but not only that, but has that ability to discover, and the fact that like many things can happen, but there's still an innate system, like really keeps itself accountable. With a normal dude, with a normal guy, right? It's not all Lancelot and no one ever, makes a mistake, and perfect knights and samurai that always make the perfect cut. Like it's a guy who sometimes trips over his feet, sometimes does eat bad scorpion, sometimes, does just definitely should have not trusted the random woman that was able to make it through the mystical defenses, but she was hot. She was hot. What are you going to do? So yeah, I'm glad you guys love the characters, and I'm glad they resonate with you. Charles Perkins, any interest in coming to speak to kids about writing? Not sure if you're in there when I see every year. So I do a lot of talks, and I do talks to, I've done talks in prisons. I've never done talks in a juvenile detention center. I don't have any plans on coming up to NYC anytime soon. And also I do a lot of Zoom stuff. So if that would ever work, you guys know we're very big into, the Mist Village. I love that we have fun, but that was never just enough. Like, it's important to me that we do things positively in the world. That's why I always encourage it. That's why you guys have helped me to raise over $125,000 for charity. I'm all about it. So if ever there's like a Zoom thing or whatever, just send me a DM on the page, Charles, and we'll see if we can make happen. Okay? Because I'm always happy to help. Honestly, I've been very fortunate in my life. My mother and father worked very hard, and they were prepare me well for life and give me a lot of benefits that other people were not. But they also sort of came up. Like my granddaddy was a berry farmer. My dad didn't see a street light until he was 15, and I've sort of moved through various social strata in my life, and I never forget that I didn't get here alone. So I would be happy to help if possible. So again, hit me up. Thank you for asking. All right, let's see. God, I've got to stop making that noise. Okay, so Richard Walker is telling me that the LitRPG website was quoted on Critical Role. I did not. Link, please. Okay, I've been messaging Critical Role and not just the hot one that was on that TV show. For years, not in a stalker way, in a very respectful, professional way. Please send me that link because they're awesome and I would love to connect. Okay. Derry Hansen, always great seeing you, love. Always great seeing you. Okay, Roxanne got her replacement sticker. That's great. So again, for those of you guys who don't know, because I can't believe somebody was like, oh my God, you sell t-shirts? Yes. please check out the litrpg.com website. We sell a lot of merch, and it's fun, and it's all it costs, very low prices. We make no money from it. Literally, we lose a little bit of money from it. But also, we give away free stuff. We give away like free bumper stickers, and we give away these really, really fun decals. And I put it on the website now. But again, the decals stick on both sides, so stick them on the inside of your window, and then the wind won't rip them off. That seems like the most common thing that happens. So decals go on the inside of the window. Just FYI. Okay. All right. So Mike Jackson says, "Are me and Eric Uglin giving each other light barbs, or are you seeing things?" I imagine there are pretty barbs that come at me in other books, light and otherwise. I'm not aware of Ugland. I am aware of a lot of other, not a lot, but certain other authors have a love, hate, or jokey, or possibly sexual feeling towards me. And I don't know which one's which. I'm all confused. But also being one of the very first LitRPG books in the Western Hemisphere, or just out there, a lot of times there are little references to my work. What's the most insane thing that happens is when someone, like, I don't know, some troll will like pop up in a group and be like, "I can't believe Alaron ripped off this scene. It's almost exactly the same as the scene in this other book." And then people are like, "Alaron published his book 40 years before that." And then it's just sort of crickets. But whenever you do see a Gnomes rule, yes, that is an original Alaron, and I love that it is propagated throughout LitRPGdom. Again, the genre has grown in an extent that I never really could have visualized, but is everything and more that I ever would have wanted. And just like the amazing authors out there that are just creating, but not only that, but other authors that are taking other authors under the wing. I mean, like Dakota Kraut, awesome. James Hunter, is taking a lot of other authors under their wing, and a lot of other authors as well are just really just sort of nice. And I see them reaching out, and I see them offering an encouraging word to one another. And I don't know, I'm so proud of the books, right? I am. They honestly feel the way to me that people describe having children, the way it's grown. And after that, I'm most proud of literally y'all, like this community. Like, you guys help each other out. You guys help each other to, pay for hospital bills. You help each other to, like win sweepstakes. You've helped each other to create life. We had a Miss Villager who was able to get IVF because of the Miss Village, and now we help each other get out of parking tickets. But also, I'm really proud of the many awesome sort of good men and women, the authors out there that also wanted an oasis in this crazy ass world that we live in, that everything's just so contentious, that just sort of make it happy, just sort of make it chill, make it supportive. Again, there's some real D-bags out there, and we banned all of them. And so they can go live in Trollville, but there's also just a lot of really, really awesome people out there that, that support. And so, shout out to them. Shout out to Shez Cahill, who I absolutely fucked up his name, but he writes really awesome books. All right. Let me see. I'm going to be hitting the Peloton soon because, again, I want less face on my face. But let me see if I can answer anything else. Okay. All right. So I'm going to skip all the way to the bottom and see. Okay, I missed a bunch. All right. So Nicole Ann Adams, you are finally live. Finally, you are here. And now we are rolling out. And shout out to Jameson Wade Smith for referencing Octavia Butler, who was my literary hero among all the others. There were others, but she's amazing. If you've never, she's just an amazing, I mean, she's passed, unfortunately. But if you guys have never read her books, I absolutely recommend it just for like your life. Anyway, you guys are amazing. I literally could not do this without you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Special shout out to all my patrons who are helping to fuel the creativity and the formation of these comics that are coming out, which are really exciting and personal and awesome to me. I have put a new comic up on the site if you guys want to check it out. Again, it's just litrpg.com/comic. And I hope that y'all have an amazing weekend. You are awesome. You are appreciated. sexy, sexy things. I will let you know how I like Free Guy. All right, so I'm out. As always, peace, love, perfect margarita.